This song was created to remind you that you were created to create. You're made in the image of God, and it is your divine responsibility to create. Let there be light, darkness hide, let there be a firmament in the sky. Water is here, land appear, let there be vegetation in the biosphere. Let there be fish, let there be birds, abundance and abundance and abundance and abundance and abundance and abundance and moon and stars. Let there be beasts, let there be cattle, creeping thing, out of their kind, take evolution out of your mind. It didn't take years, it took days. 2 days?
Wait.
Like 2 days?
No, wait.
You mean 2 days?
Wait.
Now day 6, what is this? Every other day God said let there be, but on this day he said let me be. On reflection let it be, created in his own image, in his very visage. You didn't have to do research to figure out that you're part of God's lineage. You created to create, to be fruitful and multiply. I said you created to procreate, to be fruitful and never die.
Never die, never die, never die. Never die, never die, never die.
But day 7 is 11 that makes heaven rise on earth. God comes down in his full glory. God's done telling his story. Now he rests from his work and he works on his rest. If it's too deep to digest, read Exodus chapter 21st. But God's not done, he's just begun, and you're an extension of his plan. Through his son, Jesus Christ, you become part of his clan.
His plan, his plan, his plan. His clan, his clan, his clan.
Created to create, created to create, created to create, created to create. That's right. I hope you guys can hear me. I'll be going on video very soon. But before I do that, I just want to welcome you guys to another Create Like God live. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, let me expose myself here. There we go. How is everybody doing today? It's another day. It's another blessing. And so I have this thing going on where I go live every single day. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm experimenting today to go live without music in the background and see if we have better audio quality. And if not, we'll see how we can fix it in the future. But so good to have you here live with me. It means a lot for those who are watching live. In fact, if you are watching live, let me know that you're watching live, where you're watching from, and what brings you here to this side of the world. You know what I mean? So, super duper excited about today. Literally, Sabbath begins in 15 minutes or so. So I'll make this very brief and quick. The promise today was to discuss AI and how AI can change your life. And I'll just spend a brief moment here to share some AI insights that I have. I was hoping to go over the different tools you can use, but we'll have to do that another day. For today, I want to give you guys a background on what is AI. If you think about what AI is able to do, AI is something that, for example, with generative AI, ChatGPT and the likes, you're able to give it an input and then it gives you an output. For example, with AI, maybe we may just need to do an example here. Okay, I'll do an example. What's my favorite AI? Let me see. My favorite AI would be ChatGPT. So I'm going to open ChatGPT because that's what everybody knows and it's free and all of that. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT, login. Okay. And okay, let me share my screen so that you guys can see my ChatGPT and how I use my ChatGPT. So this is ChatGPT, right? And with ChatGPT, I'm able to say, create a poem about the Sabbath, since Sabbath is approaching. Okay, so that's the poem. So literally what I did is I gave it an input, that is specifying what I want to exist, and then it happened. Does that remind you of anything? Can you guys see my screen, by the way? Yes, you can. Does that remind you of something? What did God do in the beginning? The Bible says, in the beginning, God said, of course, let there be light, da, da, da. But if you go to Psalms chapter 33, I believe, it says, by the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the hosts by the breath of his mouth. For he spake, and it was, he commanded, and he stood fast. So technically, guys, what AI is trying to do is the highest level that human can reach, which is to be able to be like God. AI is an attempt by humans to be like God, where now we are tired of being the ones that write the code. We are tired of being the ones that write the poem. What if we could just say anything and lo and behold, it exists? Let there be light, and there was light. God didn't necessarily have to do anything for light to exist except to say, let there be light. And then that specific instruction went on and created light. So that's what AI kind of seems to be mirroring the LR effect syndrome there. But so you guys get the idea. So I'm going to be sharing something super, super amazing because time is going. And I hope that this will radically change your life. So you know that I'm big on creating like God, and I'm big on, using the Genesis blueprint. Most of you may have heard, oh, James talks about the Genesis blueprint. And I want to share something unique about the Genesis blueprint, and I'm going to be giving it out for free for the first time ever. So here is the Genesis blueprint. I'm going to add it to the stage. The Genesis blueprint pretty much takes you through the entire creation story, and then it allows you to use the same method that God used to create to apply it to your business, to your ministry, to your life. Isn't that cool? It's really cool because now Genesis 1, 2, Genesis, the whole Bible, is no longer just a story. Genesis now becomes a blueprint that you can use to ensure that you are maximizing your God-given potential. So I won't show you all the days, but I just want to focus on day number 6. And so here we go. So I will just jump quickly because I want to go to day number 6. Day number 6, that's where God says, let us make man in our own image, etc., etc. But here's something interesting. What is God's image? Isn't that a good question? What is the image of God? Well, here's the most famous thing that we believe is the image of God, or is how God is. When you think of God, there are 3 main characteristics. God is all-powerful, right? That's 1. 2, God is all-knowing. He knows everything. And what's the other one? God is all what? Present. Yes. So those are the 3 main attributes of God. Guess what? Humans have been trying to do for the past years, since the day they were created. Since the day that man was created, all he's been trying to do, whether knowing or unknowing, is to try and be more like God in these 3 main attributes. So if you look at humans, we have this desire for power, which of course we use in the wrong way, but we want to get as closest to God in terms of being powerful. We want to be like God in the sense of being all powerful. Then you have the other attribute, which is God being all present. We also want to be everywhere at the same time. And that's why man has gone on to invent planes and cars and trying to cut time short so that he can be everywhere at the same time. And this explains the spread and the boom of social media as well. Social media gives you the sense of you being everywhere at the same time, right? Because right now I'm here, right? But guess what? I'm also there, wherever you're watching this from. And so it gives us that feeling of, oh, I'm everywhere at the same time. That's why I have this desire to post. That's why I have this desire to be known, because it is an attribute of God to be omnipresent. But then there's also the other one, which is omniscient. We want to know more. That's why we're always learning and always seeking knowledge. That's why you find people have PhDs, degrees, and all that. That's why we are naturally curious. But now, let me show you something that changes the entire game. Day 1, God created light. Day 2, what did God create on day 2? Anybody in the chat, what did God create on day number 2? For those who are watching, you can just put it in the chat. He creates the atmosphere. Day 3, he creates vegetation. Day 4, he creates sun, moon, and stars. Day 5, he creates fish and birds. Day 6, he creates beasts and human. Adam. Interesting. What if I told you that for the past 6,000 years, I believe, humanity has been trying to do exactly what God did in 6 days, but it has taken humans how many years? How many millennia? About 6,000 years. From the very inception of humans, we've really tried to create different technologies. You have the planes mimicking the birds. You have every technology that we create is a photocopy of God's original design. Name me anything in modern day technology, and I'll show you how it exists in a perfect state in nature. But here's what fascinates me about AI, and now how you can use AI to advance your life. What interests me is, if you think about it, when did God stop creating? God stopped creating when he had created something in his own image. In other words, man was the ultimate masterpiece that God ever created. And so because God was done creating the masterpiece, he rested on the 7th day because he was done. That's why he stopped. He's like, okay, this is it. In fact, Adam, or human, you and me, in fact, let's put it that way, we were the object of God's creation. Everything that God created was created to serve us. The atmosphere, the light, the fish and the birds, everything was created for us. The atmosphere, the environment was prepared perfectly for you and me so that we can exist in this space. That's why when God creates Adam and Eve, he's done. He stops working. What if then? Or maybe let me phrase it as a question. If God stopped creating when he had created something in his own image, what is it that man has been trying to create that resemble their image? Now, we all know that the closest thing that resemble our image is when a person, you and me, you are a child of your father and mother, right? So the closest to you there will ever be is your child, right? That's fine. But other than that, what's the other closest thing that is close to humans? Well, here's my theory. I think AI, it's great. It's something that we need to use. But it's also something that shows us that we're actually living in the last days. How do I know that? Because man is approaching creating something from scratch that resemble his own image. What do I mean? Well, we are now able to create AI that we can talk to, that also talks back to us, that is conversation in the same way we think and we reason and do this and that. Some even claim that it can mimic emotions, but we know they are fake emotions. It can act like us. And we've successfully done that. What does that mean? That means human has now approached creating something in his own image. And therefore, he must be stopped. He must be stopped. When God created someone in his own image, creation was done. He rested. And so just that parallel kind of gives an idea of what AI is, where we are in the stream of time, and how we can use AI responsibly, knowing where things are headed. Okay, so I think that was quite some interesting chart. But if we go back to the if we go back here in on day number 6, which is today, God creates man in his own image. And I call this the law of Imago Dei, or the image of God. And this law, maybe I should share a little bit and then close, because Sabbath has begun anyways. The law of Imago Dei states that everything we create must reflect the image of God. Just as we were created in his image, in Genesis 1:26-28, God made mankind in his likeness and gave them dominion, showing that creation should not be random, but must carry the identity and values of its creator. This means that our businesses, services, products, ministries must represent us and the purpose that God placed within us. Amazing. And there's strategies that you can use. Whatever you do, you have to make sure that it reflects the image of God. That's how you can truly create like God. What does that mean? Whatever you create must embody the attributes of God. It must embody the character of God. It must carry the dominion of God. Jesus is the one who said, all power is given to me, go ye therefore. He gives us authority to go therefore. So we're not doing whatever we're doing. We're not creating timidly. We're not creating or because we're afraid. We're actually creating on purpose, with purpose. And we are driven by purpose as well. Okay, so this blueprint is really deep. This is just the basic version. But if you do want access to the entire blueprint, I'm going to show you how you can get access to it. So I'll just go here to my website and give you guys access as we close. Okay, so this is my website, neothegreatest.com for now, and the future is bright. If you want access to the Genesis blueprint so you can go deeper, I want you to come here and join the free membership here, and then you have access to it. I'll send it to your email. You can also scroll down all the way, join our newsletter, so like this, and subscribe, and then I'll be notified, and I will send you, I'll be able to send you the blueprint so that you can use it. All right. Okay. Well, do want to thank you very much. This is the shortest live I've ever done, but you can use AI for good. It's not evil. It's not from the devil, because technically God created AI because he created the foundation and the principles by which AI is able to exist. He created the framework by which we can create all that technological power. Okay, what do you guys think in the chat? Those who are watching, do you have any questions about this before we close? And I'll be closing by bringing in the music that you guys have been waiting for. Okay, let's just reduce the volume here. I believe this is it. Okay, well, thank you very much. Oh, something changed. Even the voice changes when I play that music. Anyways, but yeah, I do want to thank you so much, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow as we look at the Sabbath principles and how you can apply that to your personal life and to your business and ministry as well. I do apologize that we're not able to go into AI really deeply, but I think this was really important for you guys to understand as we dive into the Sabbath rest. So thank you all so much, and see you tomorrow for another Create Like God live. This song was created to remind you that you were created to create. You're made in the image of God, and it is your divine responsibility to create. Let there be light, darkness, height. Let there be a firmament in the sky. Water is here, land up here. Let there be vegetation in the biosphere. Let there be fish, let there be birds. Abundance and abundance and abundance and abundance and abundance and abundance and moon and stars. Let there be beast, let there be cattle, creeping thing. Out of their kind, take evolution out of your mind. It didn't take years, in 2 days. 2 days? Wait. Like 2 days? No, wait. You mean 2 days? Wait. Now day 6, what is this? Every other day God said let there be, but on this day he said let me be. On reflection let it be. Made in his own image, in his very visage. You didn't have to do research to figure out that you're part of God's lineage. You created to create, to be fruitful and multiply. I said you created to procreate, to be fruitful and never die.
die, never die. Never die, never die, never die. But day 7 is 11 that makes heaven rise on earth. God comes down in his full glory. God's done down telling his story. Now he rests from his work and he works on his rest. If it's too deep to digest, read Exodus chapter 21st. But God's not done, it's just begun. And you're an extension of his plan. Through his son, Jesus Christ, you become part of his clan. His plan, his plan, his plan. His clan, his clan, his clan. Created to create. Created to create. Created to create. Created to create. This song was created